Hi guys! So this video is all about how I transformed a garage into my workshop and all the steps that I took to achieve that.
Look at my new shop.
Now, the goal initially was to create a warm, comfortable space that was great for filming, but that also was useful to create pretty much anything in. I mean, this is not a production workshop. We don't actually build things here that we sell. It's really more of a YouTube studio in which I want to be able to build and make pretty much anything. This is, primarily a woodworking shop. That is what I do. However, I also like to kind of dabble in other things like leather work and electronics. Initially, I did bring in the electronics workstation in here.
I've also set up the Tinker corner right here with the electronic stuff, and one thing I realized is that that is not ideal. Dust and electronics don't go together.
I felt like the big space here didn't really work with that. It kind of swallowed it up. So I ended up moving that into a separate office. This has been a long process. Well, not really. It's been about a year's long process, and a lot of things have happened to turn it from what it was initially, which was just a basic freestanding garage, measuring 30 by 30 feet, so about 900 square feet, with an upstairs that was unfinished.
Okay, this needs to be insulated and sheetrocked, and it needs a new floor. Oh god, it's getting a little foggy. Hold on. It's this humidity here.
It had a concrete floor and it had a wood-burning stove in the corner, which was the only heat source for the space. No air conditioning, not very comfortable, let me tell you, to spend time in, especially in the winter or the summer. This is Virginia. It gets pretty hot and humid in the summer and pretty cold in the winter. But of course, let's go back to the beginning. So after most of the things had been brought into this space, of course it was a big mess, because it always is when you are in the process of moving and doing all of those things, and figuring out where to put everything. But the number one thing which started this whole cause of event was the garage doors. So I have two large garage doors here. And initially, and I think a lot of people who have workshops with garage doors do this, is that you open the garage doors up whenever it's somewhat nice outside to get more light in and maybe to throw the dust out. And that kind of works in the moment that you're doing it. But the thing that you don't really think about until after the fact is that can also bring in a lot of dust and debris. So when you close the doors, it feels like even dirtier inside. And it also makes it so that you really want to have the doors open in order to get any work done. So kind of going away from the point of having this nice, beautiful, big space where you can build things inside. So there was a couple of things to do to tackle that. So first of all, the brightness. So a major reason for opening the doors was just to get light in, especially when filming. Painting the walls, which actually didn't happen until a little bit later, and also installing better lighting. So I had quite a few of these shop lights installed, and they're quite bright and on the cool side of the warm scale. And these work really well. I also have this big unit right in front of me right now to bring light onto me as I am filming. And these changes have definitely made the space much brighter. Now, the other thing to tackle was dust collection. So initially I didn't really have any dust collection. I was only using a shop vac. And I did kind of go outside to do any of the dirty work like routing or sanding and things like that. I also, used to just open up the doors when I used a miter saw and kind of let the dust go outside for the most part. But I really wanted to address that. So I got a dust collector, a dust collector, and put it over there in the corner. And at that point, I really only had a table saw that I used. And it was a bit of a temporary situation. I kind of just brought the hose out whenever I needed it. But this, made a big difference. And in my old shop in Oregon, I didn't have dust collection because a lot of the work was done outside. But going from having no dust collection to going to dust collection is just major. It makes such a big difference. And I actually just made a video the other day about the dust collection changes and hoses and wiring. But at that point, I was able to close the doors, which was really nice. Now, once that issue was addressed, the doors were down, I started thinking about the flooring. So this was a concrete floor in the shop. I mean, it was actually a nice floor. It was level, it was polished, but I still felt like it made it feel like a garage still. And I really wanted a comfortable, livable workshop. Debating about and thinking about is the floor here. I mean, in a dream scenario, we would get like white oak, solid white oak floor. That wasn't actually, there was just like an oil on it or something. That would be ideal. Of course, it's a big space for that, so that's not really gonna happen. But I was actually able to get a good deal on really rustic utility grade white oak flooring. White oak is pretty water resistant, very durable, really great for a shop floor. And I made a video about the process that we use to put down that flooring here. Essentially gluing together large panels and then gluing those panels down onto the concrete floor with a special glue. And this was kind of a thing that was going on all throughout the summer. And it was really hot. We had days where it was like 98 degrees in here, really high humidity. And as soon as the flooring was put down, I put in a big dehumidifier in this space, just to remove some of the moisture. And God, that was really working over time, that dehumidifier, because remember, there's no air conditioning. So the dehumidifier is working. Sometimes I'm emptying it 3 times a day, just getting rid of the moisture in the air. But the floor is getting put down and it's beautiful. But at that point, it became pretty clear that getting an HVAC system in place is a pretty big priority. And if you guys remember, I mentioned that there was a wood stove in the back here. So when first looking at this shop, before we even bought the house, I was really excited about it. And the idea of having a wood-burning stove in the shop, to me, is the most awesome concept. I thought it was so romantic. Like I thought it would have this crackling fire in the background, it would be really cozy. But in reality, it created a rather smoky and dirty environment in here. And now, after I've been living with us for a little while I really like it, it's really cozy, I would so prefer an additional heat source in some way. And it was also kind of annoying to constantly be making fires. You wanted to come out and make fires before even starting the work, and it was something to constantly kind of keep up with and keep in mind, and I was not a fan. So I really wanted to get that out of there, which also would like open up that corner over there and make that a usable space. So getting an HVAC system in place was like a high priority. Now, I'm actually working with Mr. Cool on this video because they provided me with the units for the shop. And let me tell you, this has been a game changer. It's been very nice. So because the space is so large, I have 2 units. I have a 24K BTU unit downstairs, and that one uses 240 volt and a 25 amp breaker. I have a secondary unit upstairs, a 12K BTU unit. That one uses 120 volt and a 20 amp breaker. Now these units are very DIY friendly. They are pre-charged and not difficult to install. There's a couple of things that I really like about these units. First of all, they're really quite sleek looking. It shows the temperature in this very nice way. It comes with this remote control that you can set to whatever temperature you want, and then you can carry this with you, and this will ensure that whatever you set the temperature is what it is wherever you are. So this is the sensor you're carrying with you, which works really nicely, and so it doesn't judge that from the position of the unit. The other thing that's really nice, that's been really useful, is that these things come with this USB stick that you put inside the unit, and then you can download an app to your phone, and you can see and control the temperature through this app. So I can be inside my house or out and about and check, what's the temperature like inside the shop downstairs or upstairs, and I can adjust it or just check out how it's looking. The units are very effective. I mean, right away after I had them in place, it was like 95 degrees outside, and there was no issue bringing it down to like 72 degrees in here. No problem at all. And when you have spent so much time not having any heating or cooling, suddenly being able to get to that point, it is such a pleasure, let me tell you.
Okay, see what's behind me? For the first time, it's actually cool in the shop, which is an amazing feeling.
And lately it's been getting colder, so I've had a chance to try out the heat as well, which works really well also. Now the thing is that the upstairs here was not insulated. So right away after I got this one in place, it became a real priority to insulate the upstairs. And we did that within the next couple of days, because you don't want all that beautiful cold air going, just outside. But by insulating it upstairs, it also helped insulating kind of the ceiling on the sides, which made this room more comfortable as well. So that's really nice. So I would say that these are the steps that I've taken to really transform this space. And initially when we moved in here, I didn't know if that would be able to be done, especially not like within a year, because it is such a big space. So any changes are just on such a big scale. Everything is rather expensive and it's just so much work involved. But I'm really happy that I've been able to get it to this point right now. Of course, it's like a constant work in progress, and after getting the bones in place, it's all about actually positioning the tools and the workstation, getting that all right, which is like a never-ending thing. And I'm going to make another shop update in the coming weeks, where I go over all the different stations and the different tools in more detail. Of course, there are many other additional changes I would love to do over time as well to make the space even more comfortable. Like I would like to add more windows to bring in more lighting. Eventually, I would like to replace these garage doors with like carriage doors or something, but not a huge priority. I also want to make changes that just make the space more beautiful, like creating big prints of nice tools and framing them in and putting them all around the walls and adding, curtains and just things like that. But these are the things that I did up to this point, and I think that this could really be replicated in any space that you want to transform and turn it into a more comfortable space, especially for filming. And personally, I think you can't beat wood. And having the wood floor is the thing that I am just so happy with, because I think it makes such a big difference to just look at and walk around, and it feels comfortable. It feels like a livable space, which is exactly what I wanted. And you want to spend time in here, which is really nice. And I think it looks good on the videos as well, which is something that I was concerned about. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!